And we're back. Hopefully it worked this time. We're going to see if people are actually able to join for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I think we are good now. My goodness. We're going to start things fresh. Welcome, everybody. Let me bring this back up. Guys, I don't know what happened there, to be honest. Everything was supposed to transition over. The live stream was up. It was running. Maybe it doesn't actually let me start until the scheduled time. This was scheduled for 12:30, so maybe me starting it up ahead of time actually doesn't do anything, but that's okay. I actually had a little bit of a false start there, so now we are actually live. Okay, so lesson learned here, folks. With me doing these scheduled streams on top of each other, lesson learned, it won't actually start until the scheduled time. Interesting. So here we are, post-match for the first El Clasico of 21-22. Disappointing results. You can definitely say that. Consolation goal at the end for Barcelona. Didn't mean much outside of it being Aguero's first goal. You do love to see that. But disappointing, friends. We needed these 3 points. We really did. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Barcelona, 12 shots on goal, only 2 on target. We have to get better at that. That means that we are not creating clear opportunities. That means that we're getting desperate. We're shooting when we don't actually have a clear line at goal. We're hitting that first defender all too often. 52% possession, 458 passes, 88% accuracy, 17 fouls, 7 corners. How do we have 7 corners and only 2 shots on target? How does that happen? How is that even a thing? 7 corners, 2 shots on target. We have to get better at corners. We have to get better at actually creating clear opportunities. We're too quick to just stop and wait for someone else to make a run, someone else to do something on the ball. Like, we all have to be creating. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. Anyway, here's what we're going to do on the first ever Good, Bad, and the Barca. We are going to go over what was good about the match. I'll give out that award. Then we'll talk about what was bad. I will give out the bad award. Then we'll talk about what was Barcelona. That's what that Catalonia flag is for. And even though we lost, we will have a mustache man of the match. All of these will be revealed in today's episode. So in the chat, you can go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to pick one person, place, or thing to give you a little hints about where I'm going with this. One person, place, or thing. It could be player, a manager, really anything that involves the match. What was good? What was bad? What was Barca? Let me know in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get this party started the right way, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John. Okay. And we're back. So like I said, the good, the bad, and the Barca. I'll give you a minute to get your thoughts in there. And then we'll discuss it. Man, it's definitely a case of the what ifs. You know what I mean? What if Des would have buried his shot? What if Coutinho would have tied it up there before that counterattack to lead to the second? What if Aguero would have come on a little bit earlier? What could that have changed? My goodness. Ayush says bad was Barcelona, or not Barcelona's, Ancelotti's time wasting. Stay Blesquez, Coutinho, and Kuhn were the only standout players. They didn't even start. It's fair. At least we got 2-1. And I'm telling you, that is the most common result. 2-1 is, again, if you put money on it, that is the most common. Brandal says bad Mingueza. What's your argument for that? I would have said maybe good. He did get beat one time, though. Kabrab says strong play, even though the results were not there. Yeah, Monstar says bad De Jong. You could maybe put him in that case. That is a potential. We're going to start with the good. Okay, we're going to start out on a positive note. And I can tell you, the first ever good is definitely going to be controversial. But it is going to none other than Ronald Koeman. And here's why, folks. I think that he set the lineup the best that we could have come out given who was available for this match. I think that he made changes early. He made attacking changes. He brought on Coutinho. He brought on Aguero. As much as we maybe resented it, he did bring on Luke de Jong, so he's doing what he can there. So the reason why he gets good is because he did everything that he possibly could for Barcelona to be in this match and to have an opportunity to win. I don't think there's anything that we could have done differently than what Ronald Koeman did. So for his tactics, for his changes during the match, Ronald Koeman gets the good. Turning now to the bad, and some of you are already calling for it in the chat. I think you guys know where we're going with this. I agree, and I almost went with Ancelotti, because you saw him on the sideline there when he was ready to sub out Vinny Jr. He points to Vinny and tells him to go down, and then Vinny Jr., all of a sudden he gets a cramp, spends 2 minutes on the ground. I understand it's part of the game. I understand the gamesmanship of it. Don't like to see it, so I could have thrown him in the box. But of course, we're going with the referee, my friends. A disgrace, an absolute disgrace. I could not believe some of the calls that this guy was giving to Madrid over Barcelona. The yellow card to PK early on, just for coming up and talking to the referee. Like, yeah, maybe he was a little bit aggressive, but it's part of the game. It's El Clasico. You can't be pulling out a yellow card just because a player disagrees with your decision passionately. You're allowed to respectfully question the status quo. That's a thing. So the referee gets the first ever bad for the good, the bad, and the Barca. Now for the Barca. You can get this box for a lot of reasons. I'm giving this one out to Kun Aguero. Reason being, he comes on, not really enough time to make a huge difference in the match, but he does enough, keeps his head in the game, finds himself in a position to get the goal for Barcelona. Consolation. Excuse me. Let me start that over. He does enough there to come on, get himself in position, get that consolation goal for Barcelona. I would have liked to see him come on earlier. That's maybe one thing that I would change about Koeman's tactics. But just to celebrate Kun being in his first El Clasico, scoring his first El Clasico goal, and having, not giving up at the end there, that to me represents Barcelona. So to celebrate his accomplishment and his debut in El Clasico, Kun Aguero gets the Barca award today. Okay. Ayush, I'll do that for the next one. Good shout. I'll have the good, the bad, the Barca. So that just leaves us with the man of the match. And I got to say, this was a little bit of a stretch because it was a loss. I wanted to see more from some of these players. But I liked the performance. I would say it was one of his better matches of the season. And because I have talked negatively about the limitations, we'll say, of this player. And he's starting to prove me wrong a little bit. I think we can rely on him perhaps a little bit more than what I initially anticipated. So the mustache man of the match goes to none other than our Capitan Sergio Busquets. Gets the first ever official mustache man of the match. Despite the loss, he did well, particularly in that first half, bossing the midfield. Between Busquets, Piqué, and Garcia, they really played well together, keeping the ball in the attacking half when Barcelona lose it. Busquets just found himself in the right position time after time. So, man of the match, like I said, despite the loss, goes to Busquets. Up in the running, honorable mentions. We did have Ter Stegen, had a couple of big saves. Could have been worse, if not for Ter Stegen coming up there. Piqué also could have been in the mix there. Another great representative of the Blaugrana. But at the end of the day, that's what we're going with. So the good, Ronald Koeman for his tactics and his lineup and his adaptability. That was an early complaint of Ronald Koeman, so happy to see him actually make those changes. The bad was the referee. We got to see better. Particularly, listen, I'm not saying that it needs to be in our favor, but to have the referee be against us at home is just, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Kun Aguero making his debut in El Clasico, getting that consolation goal. He gets the Barca, and then the mustache man of the match goes to Sergio Busquets. That's going to be it. That is the first ever Good, the Bad, the Barca. This is your first time finding us. Once again, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation. I will now turn over to the chat. Let's see what you all think of the first ever Good, the Bad, the Barca. Let me know your thoughts. Irish says Piqué or Ter Stegen or Busquets. Got you on that third one. Yeah, whatever. Frankie did not have a good match. I also considered him for the bad. I was also considering Dest just because of that miss. That was such a gut punch to the momentum of this match. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. I need to keep a record on these. Oh, like in terms of like who gets the most per category. I could keep a spreadsheet. I'll make note of that. Good, Bad, and Barca spreadsheet. Then we can get some actual data on that. And I will have labels on this for the next one too, so it's a little bit more clear who gets what awards. And then overall, what do you guys think about this concept for the Good, the Bad, and the Barca? It's going to be short and sweet. I'm going to hop off here in a minute, but I just want to do something as kind of a match recap so that I can have a reaction video and a little something else for people as a follow-up. So that's what we got going on. And of course, my friends, you know that we've got Wake Up in Barca. That's going to be happening tomorrow morning. We'll probably reiterate some of this. We'll go over some of the Good, the Bad, and the Barcas. And I might even, for most matches, I'll probably end up saving this for the Wake Up in Barca the following day. But this being El Clasico, it's a special one. Wasn't sure what kind of spillover we get. I think the little hiccup of there being a 20-minute gap definitely hurt me there. So, tis what it is. I'll get it worked out a little bit better for next time. Any suggestions? I love to hear them. Any feedback? I'd love to hear it. I really do appreciate this community giving me some good ideas here. Daniel, how we doing? Des did get that assist at the end. I was happy to see that. That should bring his confidence back up a little bit. Irish says the most person in the season is the one whose jersey you'll be buying the next season. Like whoever gets the most mustache man of the match. It's not a bad idea. I have a feeling it will end up being Memphis, Ansu, or Ter Stegen. But we'll see. Paul says, why can't we have good subs? Ricky was the man for this game, potentially. I do think we left Gavi in there a little bit too long. But we're doing what we can. Doing what we can. What else? Any other takeaways from this match that we're maybe missing? Anything that we can be positive about? Right now I'm thinking, again, Aguero got a consolation goal, made a debut. Good assist from Dest. I think Ansu, Coutinho, and Memphis need to work on their chemistry, to be honest. I was not seeing enough from them in terms of fluidity in the attack. Liverpool are up 4-0? No way. That's insane. Wow. I'm actually going to hop off and maybe catch the end of that if that's still going. But once again, my friends, well, actually, we'll do that with this. Nah, we'll go with this screen. We'll go this screen. All right, that's gonna do it, folks. The first ever. I was gonna say Wake Up in Barca. Nope, that's not what it is. The first ever Good, Bad, and the Barca in the books. I appreciate you all very much. For those of you that stuck with all three shows, the Wake Up in Barca, the live stream for the match, and then the Good, the Bad, and the Barca, I really do appreciate you. I know that some of you have made it through all three. It's been a long day. Would have loved to cap this off with a win. Didn't happen. But we'll be back. We've got midweek action for Barcelona. Let me take a look at the upcoming fixtures. Yes, Wednesday. It's a 1 p.m. game. I hope that fits in with my schedule. We'll see. Up next on the channel, we do have Wake Up in Barca. That's going to be tomorrow morning. We'll go over some more takeaways from this match. We'll talk about looking forward to that match against Rayo Vallecano. And we'll be there to support each other, folks. We'll start the day the right way. So once again, Wake Up in Barca tomorrow morning. I will see you all there. Thank you so much for spending really your most of your day with me. It was fun. Sorry we didn't get a better result, but that's it. It's in the books. El Clasico 2021